Welcome to Legends Podcast. One of our hosts couldn't be here this week, so
Shout out Haymant.
yeah, good luck on your test, by the way. Alright. We got a kind of a spicy week. I don't know, a lot of unexpected things happened, even though I think it went, like, most of the matches kind of went as expected. I don't know. The biggest upset was definitely Sunning versus Gen.G, but what could have happened was Fnatic blew a 2-0 lead against Top Esports.
Yes, they sure did.
Ugh. I was watching that
and the
shit
memes
live.
that came from that. Oh, baby.
I watched that.
How it started, how it's going, Whippo memes. Oh, baby.
I watched that shit live, and I just, I couldn't hold it. I was just sitting there thinking, this can't happen. This is not going to happen to me. Not like this. And then
It's
thank
really
God.
hard to blow a 2-0 lead.
Thank God the Chinese overlords came in and said, no! We're not gonna go down like this. And Top Esports went out, yeah. But before we start talking about the matches this week, we gotta talk about the biggest news in esports history to come out this week. Matt, do you know what this news is?
I really like that insane hedge at the end.
What hedge? I didn't hedge.
Yeah, you did.
What?
You went from saying the biggest news in esports history to saying the biggest news in esports history this week, which is like a really different.
I really just meant to say it happened this week, but
I know, but it was funnier this way. I'm pretty sure this is the news about Tyler1 joining T1, which we joked about because of me last episode, and I just want to remind everyone I can see the future. I am clairvoyant, at least about either SKTT1 or Tyler1. I'm not sure which, but this is fucking funny as hell, by the way.
Oh my god, this has to be the funniest signing I've ever seen. And the fact that no other NA org was like, hey, why don't we sign T1 is absolutely baffling to me. Why did T1 actually end up signing T1 besides the memes? Like, I don't get it. Why does TSM not have T1? Why does TL not have them? Why does COG not have them? Why doesn't COG have T1? What the fuck have they been doing?
I mean, that's a great question. Maybe it's his reputation here, but
what? But like, does it matter? Fucking Cloud9 has I Will Dominate, but they don't have T1? What are you, stupid?
I don't think they're the same kind of toxic.
But it doesn't. But like, honestly, I'd say fucking Dominate's toxicity is significantly worse than T1's at this point. T1's just loud and boisterous about it.
That's fair. Maybe it was just like a cash thing. Like maybe they just gave him like a huge amount of money, you know?
I
maybe
think,
no NA words were willing to like drop it.
I think that this is like
80% for the meme though.
I think this is definitely Tyler1 being like, yo, I want T1. Make that happen, and make it happen for as much money as possible. And then his agent went out and did it. That video, by the way, was effing hilarious.
I didn't watch it. Is it good?
Oh, it's real funny. Honestly, the funniest thing he says in there is that Season 6 is the best time for League of Legends, and I'm just sitting here thinking about Dynamic Q like, God, no.
What was even going on in Season 6?
Dynamic Q.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, that happened. Honestly, probably the biggest signing of basically any org in like 4 years. I don't think there was a bigger move that any org could have made, and now T1
Do you mean
is
like in general or for like content creators?
I mean in general, like it doesn't even matter that TL got Doublelift. I guarantee you that T1 makes T1 more money than Doublelift makes TL. Like without a doubt. Because there's so many other parts that made TL as successful as they became when they picked him up that it's hard to really be like, yeah, Doublelift did all that.
I think that's completely true. But I think that I don't know, right? Like SKT is still, or T1 is still T1. right? Like the org. It's not like they were like historically they're very good, very lucrative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm sure he's going to be adding some money to that pile, but it's not like it's going to be just him.
Yep.
They have Faker, bro.
They have Faker. Okay. So let's start talking about some of these games this week.
I
And,
thought we were gonna do the other news first.
Oh no. That's a little reprieve in between the other world stuff.
I see.
All right. So as we mentioned at the top of the show, Top Esports was almost 3-0'd by Fnatic, but they pulled it out. They popped it in the clutch. I was so relieved once they started winning games. Oh god, it looks so doomed. Watching Fnatic actually like beat TES 2 games in a row, just I was paranoid.
I was shocked as soon as I saw the Singed lock in. And
honestly,
then when they won with it, I went crazy.
I think that was a great pick. Playing against Singed as Ornn is a fucking nightmare.
What do you know? You're a fucking AD carry player.
You're right, I'm a Samira abuser.
A Samira enjoyer, dude. Disgusting.
Hey, I got a whole nother patch. I saw the changes they're gonna make there. I honestly don't know what the fuck went wrong in these 2 games for TES. I don't know why they picked Jarvan game 2. No fucking clue. Jarvan is absolute garbage, and I don't know why people are picking him. But it's just the fact that they were able to win these games, picking fucking Singed top lane, which I think is a good pick, but it's so out of there, and then fucking...
It is still kind of off meta.
It is crazy. And then fucking Kindred jungle twice. Who plays Kindred jungle right now whose name isn't Peanut?
Self-made?
But Self-made's not in the 20. Like, I don't... How do you let that shit win? It just shouldn't win. It takes so much to get off the ground. Your team has to play entirely around whatchamacallit. Yeah, if you want to get in here, I'll get you in here.
Is Deion talking shit?
A little bit. And then...
Keep talking shit, Deion. I appreciate you.
I don't get it. And then I honestly think the beginning of the fall for Fnatic was locking in this Vel'Koz and this Kha'Zix, because it did not seem to be all that useful to me.
What was the pick, sorry?
Game 3, they lock in Vel'Koz and Kha'Zix. And
yeah, those are some interesting picks.
Like, I don't think they're bad, but in general, it's just like...
I think the Vel'Kozes may be bad.
Vel'Koz is like super utility, reliant on whatchamacallit. Reliant on is getting levels to get extra true damage. So I'm just not really sure what their game plan was here. Because they kind of walked in there with this weird pick comp with the Jhin and the Ornn. But then they just let Sion scale. Karsa's a fucking monster on Lee Sin.
What happened in game 2?
Huh?
I'm like speed rewatching game 2 trying to figure out what happened, and like I literally can't even figure out what happened.
Oh, I have no fucking
They were
clue.
just like ahead the whole time. Like they just had like literally from spawn, they just had map pressure, I guess. Like
wait,
they
does Deion
started
in
with
here?
a couple extra Drakes or
Uh-oh,
is Deion getting in this shit?
Apparently Deion's getting in. Ad.
You know you're like doxing everyone, right?
Was I?
Yeah,
Oops.
all of your Discord shit was on stream.
Oops.
You gotta cut that from the fucking VOD, bro.
Oops.
Okay,
Oh,
well
great.
now Anthony's Haymont, Deion is me, and I'm Anthony,
Right.
so I'm gonna get to be an angry TSM fan.
One
Oh,
moment.
no. Wait, is he? If you're turning your camera, I have
What's
to
up,
wait for the
Dion?
decision.
Yeah, I'm about to turn on my camera for
Alright,
this.
Alright,
one.
alright.
all this shit's about to get
Deion,
fucking cut. No,
Deion,
dude,
can
you're
you-
not changing the names?
Huh? If Deion's gonna turn on his camera, it'll fix itself. All right, Deion. So
Whatever.
tell me where you were when Fnatic died.
Do you remember the moment? Do you remember the exact
So-
space?
I do remember the moment.
Whoop.
I
God
was
damn it.
on my bed. I was on my bed, crying when that moment happened.
Yo, shout out your dog in the background, by the way.
Yeah, don't mind him.
No, he's great.
He's nice dog. But wow. But the games that happened with Sunning and Fnatic,
Sunning and Fnatic.
that was
That was
Sunning
Top
didn't
Esports
play
and
Fnatic.
Fnatic.
oh so yeah, Sunning and Fnatic. My bad. Excuse me. Top Esports and Fnatic. Yes,
You're
Carson.
wrapped up in grief. You're wrapped up in grief.
Oh no, I wrapped him in like Carson made all junglers proud right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
He
as a Jarvan player, you might.
Just
What the
wow.
fuck is happening in your stream, Anthony?
I'm trying to fix
Yeah.
cameras, okay?
Yeah, let him do that. But Carson, wow.
Carson's a monster.
Like the first 2 games, that was
rough.
yeah.
He
that
lost
was
to
really
fucking
weird.
Kindred.
My
Yes.
guy did nothing on
That's
Graves.
very true. Yeah,
Who loses to Kindred?
yeah,
Yo, wait, the
That
bot
was-
lane fed both
yeah,
games.
the bot lane, yeah. Jackie,
The end
look,
of game 1, it was like a fucking 0-14 bot lane or some shit.
Oh god.
0-9 actually.
0-9, sorry.
Yeah.
But in the second game, the fucking the support
No.
was like 1-7.
Yeah, no, the first
Yikes.
2, yeah. I feel like this was just like a whole like the first 2 games was just a whole breakdown for the team itself. When it like
They just lost
It's-
every lane a little bit and then
they
never
just,
got
like-
that pressure. And then Fnatic
Yeah.
just applied insane Drake and objective pressure.
Yeah. Like especially with game 2, it's like yeah, you change your pick so they ban out Graves actually, and they still picking the Jarvan against the Kindred, which is no they picked the Jarvan and they kind of pick it with Kindred actually, but still even with that's that Selfmade would go for that Kindred again, and Fnatic as a team was if it ain't broke, don't
Pick
fix it.
Kindred.
Pick that shit again, and that's what Fnatic did. And one thing is just why wouldn't you realize this? Fnatic is a team like this.
Well, I mean, Fnatic has a
There's
very
also just a lot of shitty plays from top.
Fnatic
there are a
ran 2
few
different
times-
comps.
Yeah,
Go Matt.
there are just a few times where people on top just fucked up their flashes or just got caught by shit that they really should not have got caught by. They just played kind of bad, which is not what you expect to see, and kind of makes me worried about them moving forward. Because if they're gonna go down 2 games to Fnatic, even though Fnatic's not a bad team, just because of dumbass mistakes, someone just doesn't flash an Ori ult in time and then blows their flash and gets hit by the Ori ult anyway. Shout out Gangplank 369. That happened to him.
Oh,
It was at the end of the game, so it doesn't really matter. But that's the kind of shit where it's well, that's just not good play.
it's not. It's and for me, it's the fact that it literally took 5 it took them 5 games for them to win. Top esports, that is.
I
That's
mean, so
that's scary though.
so
Even
here's-
though this was
here's my problem.
keep it-
They never go back to that old comp. The closest they get is game 4, where they replace Kindred with Gangplank with Graves, and they replace Braum with Set. But that's still a pretty different comp. But they could have easily just repicked the comp from games 1 and 2 and actually won the game. I don't think Singe does any worse into Sion. I don't know why we're not picking. I get it. You got the Ornn. Okay. But
yeah, but
you can beat the Ornn. You showed you can beat it. Give it up.
But at what cost?
You have to pick Singed.
LOL.
I'm just surprised they didn't keep on with that Singe pick, because that was I don't think they knew.
Give up the
Does Singe do
Ornn.
good into GP there?
If here's the problem. If GP gets above curve, GP can just farm forever and not care.
Yeah.
And you give him perfect farm every lane. So it doesn't matter if you
Fair
proxy
enough.
on him.
True. And that's why they picked the Ornn at Blink, but
Yeah, it's good against Ornn because fuck full clearing on Ornn. It's such a bitch.
Remember when they 2-manned Baron in game 3?
Did they? Who
Yeah.
2-manned?
oh, that was
Carson, Jackie Love 2-manned while the
Oh my
rest of the team was
Yeah.
fighting over the
Yes.
Drake.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
And they lost the Drake, but they got the Baron,
Baron.
XD.
yeah, that was.
And then they like turned the fight.
No, I feel as if like after like
Oh, they did not turn that fight. That was a fucking lie.
I think like for me like it's just crazy like when it comes to like reverse sweeps like this.
Karsa played a crazy Lee Sin game 3 though.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he made
yeah.
some
Game
fucking insane plays.
yeah. Game 3 Karsa on Lee Sin, that was phenomenal. That was legitimate. Like I was not expecting him to like go off like that. That was he needed to go off like that, but that was really good.
And I mean, he like found a lot of insane cues, like a lot of
Mhm.
max rangers that he took and then got out. Like,
Yeah. And then it's like, as much as I wanted to like keep on going with Carson and all that, Jackie Love stepped it the hell up too.
yeah, he went from
Like
like an 008 Senna to like a fucking 4-1 something Ezreal, 5-1 something Ezreal.
7-1 actually. It's
Mm.
like going from a donut to 7 kills in the next game.
Well, like, if you're donutting on Senna, like whatever.
Like, well, true. I mean, but then again, it's like he went 0-6 on Ezreal in the first
Yeah,
game.
he got his fucking ass beat the first.
Yeah, like-
he got a, well, they tried to like fuck up bot again. Like they did an early dive.
Yeah.
Went 1-for-1, and then Vel'Koz showed up a little bit later and cleaned up the other one with the 3-on-1. But
Mhm.
like, it just did not. They didn't keep up the bot pressure, and they just did not lock Jackie Love down after that initial dive. That might have been a different game,
Yeah.
actually. That might have been. I think it was game 2. I don't remember, but I don't know. They didn't pressure bot lane as much, and maybe like that's the secret to fucking up top is just like getting Jackie Love and I don't know how to say the support's name. Lockdown.
Yanja. Yeah.
Yanjia.
Yeah.
I mean, like they lost when they went like super low, and I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just like because the whole team was losing, but like they were really low,
Really low,
even
yeah.
compared to the team.
Yeah. Like they did like Jackie Love and Yanja, they did their best in the and like match 3 onwards, they did legitimately the best they could to survive. And that right there is like to survive a fanatic 4 to 5 men like gank bot lane, which they usually do. That's a feat within itself because usually they get those off. But the fact that he was able to get it off.
Karsa and Knight were like just trying to win this goddamn series. They were so unhappy after games 1 and 2 that they're just like, get in the fucking backpack. No, I'm not kidding. But they pull out a fucking get in the backpack.
I mean,
oh my god.
Out of everything here, Knight is just like, yeah, I was doing good and all. Like I saw everybody like mess the hell up, and I mean everybody. Knight was speaking the most consistent player out of the whole series.
Oh, he only died 5 times the entire series.
Like, serious. Yeah, most consistent. Just like
Sorry to interrupt, Anthony. I did just resume 3,000 things to make you do 10 push-ups right now while Deanna and I talk about the game.
I'll do those after the show.
No, right now.
I
Deanna
will
and
do
I
them
are gonna
after
talk
the
about
show.
game 5, and you're gonna do 10 push-ups.
No, they will be concluded after the show.
How do I gamble these bits?
You can't gamble those ones, but you can do.
the other one. That,
If I can't gamble these, then don't worry. I was gonna try to make you do like gamble my way up to making you do like 50, but don't worry about it. Anyway,
just
how about game 5, boys?
I'm so sad.
It's tied up 2-2. Top gets the first Draconis. It's
I
pretty
feel-
even at
I
the
feel as
beginning
if,
of the
like,
game.
yeah, but
There
like,
was that fight in mid at like 7.5 minutes, but
yeah,
It
But
stays under 3,000 gold for like 15 minutes, and then top get like a 4K gold lead.
go lead. Yeah, I think for me it's like like Fnatic when they just like go into like the whole draft. It's like I feel as if like the mental got shattered after game 4.
I mean
It's
that makes
like-
sense. And then, but also top just played really well, right? Like at like 9
Yeah.
minutes or whatever, there was that Rift Herald fight, and they like perfectly layered their CC on Selfmade to get him killed and win the turn the fight and get the Rift Herald. Like that's really big. Then they get
Yeah.
a second Drake too. They get a fucking free ass pick on Nemesis bot lane.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like I had to commend like top esports with the whole like they've been having like this whole Scion pick and all against against Bwipo in all serious. Well, match 3 onward. like in match 3 and 4, and it's like, oh, we're gonna change this up to like Vladimir now, and that's putting like faith, like that's like putting faith in like 369 to actually do work and all, which like that right there shows like what type of mentality they had in like in game 5 right here, and it's like they're like, yeah, we're fine, we're gonna play this game, we're gonna play a good game, and we're gonna win this. And so
It's a much better mental than we have in Clash.
oh, definitely.
That's what I'll say. They
definitely.
lost the game and they didn't go fuck this. No, they didn't say we got the next one, boys, and then lose the next one. They said we got the next one, boys, and then reverse swept. They pulled up the C9 broom, the one and only, dude.
Oh boy.
All right. I think that's enough for top esports versus Fnatic. Let's talk about Sunning versus JDG, or the most surprising series of the split, or the split of the week. I was kind of shocked at how strong Sunning came out looking in this one. Especially after losing game 1. I didn't really think they were going to win it. I was kind of scared that JDG was going to come out in 3-0 and really just ruin my my predictions this week, but Sunning decided, you know what? We're going to ruin your prediction this week, but not how you wanted it to be ruined.
We're going to make you get this wrong, but in a way you didn't expect it.
I'm not going to lie. I have full complete faith in Sunning. I'm not going to lie.
You had full faith?
Yeah. Going through, I was like, Sunning's gonna win this.
Why did you think that?
Like, because like look back to all their games and all, it's like the way they play their games is just rather just. It's really like
they beat G2.
True, they did beat G2. That's I remember thinking it's like putting your stuff on G2. Yeah, that's like a 50-50 can right there. I really want
That's a fact.
I really want to do that. I really want to do that against G2. Like some days they're like really good, and some days like they're the best players in the world,
and then some days they're not.
And then there are days they're like our Clash team, and that ain't good.
That's so funny.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
What tier of Clash? Like at least like a good tier Clash team, or like are we talking like tier 3 and shit? Like,
all right, so
I'm taking like the tier 4, but
so I honestly think Huafang was the crux of this entire series. They were just
yeah.
He just absolutely destroyed everybody. He was a monster this whole series. Whatever lunatic decided to give him Jin 3 games in a row, like come the
clean,
fuck
bro. That Jin was like so clean.
Like Jin, like his Jin is like Jin is strong
it's
and all,
nice.
but it's like wow, that's
Jin is really strong, but that man really knows how to play Jin. Like that's some fucking like his Jin play was out of this world solid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
and then
God.
there was one play. There was one play from him that actually, it was the whole Jin.
Oh, when he was in their base, he got in the enemy base and then Jin ults them under tier 2 bot turret.
That right there,
Chad? It was Chad as fuck.
That right there is the most perfect Jin ult I've ever seen. Actually,
that's not perfect. It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, but perfect. It's like who could contest you? In all seriousness,
they were dead without the Jin ult. Let's be fucking clear here. The people he was targeting were dead.
Style points more important than winning points.
But it's like who could?
What game was that?
Stop him. That was game
2, I think.
2. Yeah, I think that might have been game 2. And of course,
fucking Zoe was going ham on some people, catching out everybody, and then fucking just Jin ult from the back behind them. I see that ultimate. I'm like, wait a minute, that's from their base.
It's like, oh, we got no place to go now. I guess we're dead.
My God, that was I've never seen someone try to play Jin that aggressively and not get absolutely thrashed for it.
Yeah,
and that Jin ult was so fucking cash.
Huafang he has balls right there. Okay.
He brought it out. He brought out
Yeah.
the real heat. He was like, "Nah, I'm not taking any chances. I'm Jin ulting in your base, bro. What are you gonna do about it?"
And then there's another thing, Anthony.
What?
There's another thing. You know how you said like who plays Kindred out here? SOFM. SOFM. Another Kindred player. Game.
Well,
Yeah.
it works when you're playing Jin because you need the DPS, but you got to be playing fucking supportive mid laners, and they whip it out with fucking Zoe, and I'm like, oh, they're just styling on them.
What better support than death?
Exactly.
Fucking, I think the only reason why why Sunning won all these games is because Yigao just did not show up. He was fucking gone. He was not here this series. He can play Zoe, but they put him on anything else, he's useless. Fucking his Twisted Fate looks so bad. His fucking Galio, it was awful. This man fucking had to build Zonya's second item. Who built Zonya's second item on Galio against Zoe? Like, come on.
Yeah, it was really, really bad.
It was hard. It was not good.
Yeah, it was hard to look at. Like looking at the mid lane, it's just like especially when you play Twisted Fate, it's just like
look. I said it. If I said it once, I said it twice. Zoe was fucking crazy. Why are we not trying to get him on Zoe? Come on.
Yeah. They picked him twice. Twisted Fate. That's
the TF was so bad.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing Sonic. I think that this definitely upgraded them to a contender for me. I think this is like I will not be surprised if I see them in the final, and I won't be surprised if I see them win. And it'll be a great fucking story if these guys win.
It would. I'm not gonna lie. I have them pinned against top esports, and I sadly have them losing.
So,
but if they do win this, I won't be sad because they'll put up one hell of a fight.
All right.
It'll be a great series.
Yeah.
Speaking of contenders, Gen.G is out.
Rip.
Yeah.
Gen.G versus G2 Esports. G2 won this one 3-0. All of us called this one fucking wrong. Oh my god.
Yeah. That the 50-50 can. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
Sometimes you roll the dice and win. Sometimes you roll the dice and lose.
I was not expecting G2 to be this dominant at like even a little bit.
Yeah, just
like, oh my god, it was so bad watching Gen.G just get their fucking shit rocked. I was just like, come on, beat Fnatic, put out EU just one step ahead of NA. Come on, they already lost the team into fucking play-ins. Don't let them get to fucking semis. And then Gen.G is just like, what if they got to semis though? That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Like, hey, what if Damwon got that shit they've been talking about for like a year, and that happened? Like, what if? You know? And I'm just like, yeah, it's funny. Just fucking win, please. Just fucking win. And they're like, no, I got you.
Let's see this. Man,
fuck.
Game 1. There's a reason why I don't like Volibear top. Yeah. That's
what you're putting it on?
No. I'm putting that on for game 1. That's just like, yeah, they showed why. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I'm gonna be honest. I put a lot more of this blame on their bot lane. They got, which is kind of proclaimed to be the best bot lane in this meta, which is Kalista Taric. People don't really target it too much. I think people are afraid of the set support more because it's a few patches back.
How good that was, brother.
Oh my god, that was Samira Taric, which was stupid broken.
We did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did both.
We did, but it was not as good. If you can't convert on this pick, you're kind of fucked. And when you lose to fucking Jin Pantheon, which we've played against, and it's fucking annoying as hell.
It is really fucking hard.
Like, you don't live.
Oh my god. It's so hard to stay alive in that lane. You gotta kind of bait him in. You need a good counter engager for Pantheon to have to dive onto. But it's you gotta beat it. And if you beat Pantheon early, Pantheon can't do shit. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't beat Pantheon early. So Pantheon runs around the whole fucking map, murking everybody, racking up 13 fucking KP. And it's just like, well, now what? The bot lane's free. The Pantheon's running wild. They have a fucking Twisted Fate. They have Nidalee and Camille. Like, they just run those down over and over again. And the fucking Lilia's out, like, just out to lunch, doing nothing. Like, where the fuck was Clid this series? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Clid is... Oh my... I take that back. I blame Clid for the whole series.
Damn.
Damn.
This
Yeah,
game
really
I put
gonna
on
throw
bot
that
lane.
man's
The
back like
series
this?
I put it on
Blame-
Clid.
Damn. Blame the jungle out here. I see.
Someone
What
else
I
rants
mean-
about a
Well,
team
he
that
has a
beat
lot of
TSM.
practice, you know? Every league player, especially every top laner, knows how to blame a jungler. It's built in.
Yeah. But then again, he does drive a strong point though. Like, Clid, like, all three of these games. Yeah, Lilia should be Nidalee and nothing. Clid gets Nidalee. Nothing. Then again, he was up against Lilia. It's ironic, isn't it? But yeah,
Why is this ironic?
I mean, reverse play. Nidalee versus Lilia.
Game 2, they swapped it. And it's just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, this should be easy. Fucking
Easy.
Yankos didn't even finish his fucking Leandros before building Dead Man's Plate. And he still wins.
Yeah, that was.
Like, what the hell? Oh,
Yeah.
Cap's playing
Silas.
Silas. Cap's on Silas though. Absolute
Oh.
fucking madman. That dude is insane.
Insane. Yeah.
Insanely bad, bro.
Yeah, look, that's
No, I'm kidding.
look, that's what I would love to say if this was the timeline where Gen.G actually won. But
But we live in a different
yeah,
timeline.
we live in a timeline where Caps were 11-0 on Silas.
And then you know what these idiots did the next game? They gave him Silas.
Silas. Yeah, you would think that after seeing someone go 11-0, Smurf on you, not die. He's like, yeah, we should ban Silas just to make sure we don't have that ever again. Nah, we're just gonna let
And then they give him fucking what's his name? Fucking Kindred ult, Volibear ult, TF ult, Ezreal, Tom
Ezreal ult.
Kench ult. But why the fuck would you steal Tom Kench ult when you have your other 4 options on the table? Like, come on!
like that. They still give Perks his chin.
Yeah, Perks gets the
For-
fucking Jhin. I feel like Jin's
for-
the rising
for three-
priority.
For all three games, that's all he's played. All 3 games. Like after the first 2, after he goes 6-1 and 9-2,
I can't.
you don't think like take that away maybe or
I don't know. Like I feel like people are so locked into banning these meta picks that like if you really think you're gonna lose to the Ornn, and you need a plan for Ornn at this point. I don't get it. Get a plan for Ornn. It's not that hard. Like Ornn is not that unbeatable of a champion. Pick fucking Mordekaiser into him. Pick fucking Camille and just outfight him. Like, have you ever tried to split push against Camille as Ornn? It just doesn't fucking happen. If you don't have a like 2 or 3k gold lead on her, she just kills you. Like I don't get.
Yeah.
yeah, they just like they play for like the team game and all, but it's like they don't know how to play for like the actual cell. And it's just
The only change to Gen.G's bans would have banning Lucian on red side instead of Sinja. Like, you go 0-3 and these are your bans, and everyone's gonna fucking question whatever you're doing. Oh, wait. They banned Graves? Oh no, they switched to banning Leah instead of Graves on red side.
Yeah,
that makes sense though.
Does it?
I don't think he really does.
Do you want to play against a Lilia?
Well,
And like
the reason they do it is because if you're blue side, you can first pick Lilia and ban Graves, but G2
Yeah, and I think
beat
that
you.
makes sense.
But G2 beat them.
Yeah, they beat them with the Lilia and against the Lilia. So it's like the point
Like,
of that.
they're like, I don't feel like G2 or Gen.G lost this because of any of their specific picks or any
Yeah.
or any of that. I think they lost
They
this
got
because of their
outplayed.
side selection and their champion select. Like, I'm sure these players are skilled enough to beat G2. I don't know why they didn't put more fucking thought into these champ selects because these look fucking abysmal. Like, what the
Like
hell?
like Jin, like in my eyes, Jin is so much stronger than Ezreal. Well, this comes from Jin is so much stronger as an 80 carry in
I think
general.
probably in flat numbers, but it depends upon. I
It
think your
depends on the
comp and what you want to
situation.
do.
Situation. Yeah, but
Like,
it's
if you
like
get Zoe mid lane with Ezreal, that shit hurts.
yeah, but sadly we didn't get that.
I think it's also easier to get like ahead as Jin early because your early damage is like way higher.
Mm-hmm. And that kind of what happened though. Like they got ahead early and they're just like Mickey, do whatever the hell you want. Go
Were they,
someplace else.
were they ever behind?
That's a good question, actually. I don't think they.
Let me check.
Yeah, I got
800 gold lead for Gen.G. 800 gold lead. 300 gold lead. No, the answer is no. They were never behind.
Oh,
G2 was in
wow.
control basically the entire
The
time once
game.
mid game hit. Like
That's crazy.
it's every game it's dead even till like 15 minutes ish, except for game 3. Game 3, did I say TL? Fucking G2 just start clowning on them basically. They just like game 3 they just keep going as hard as possible.
Wow,
That's what happens when you have to play against a Renekton who got his shit rocked.
Yeah, against yeah, Renekton against Volibear, yeah.
That's not fun for Renekton. Volibear just spams W on you in the fight, and it's like, well, who cares?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like
wait,
no. Renekton was on G2 side.
yes, Volibear was
Yeah.
clapping him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What series was it where top lane was it Gangplank had a 2-0 lead against
I
Volibear, and Volibear basically had to check out of the fucking game.
second game. Yeah, I think I know. That was that cheating? That yes, that
Was
was
that JD
JD cheating.
Sunning? Was that game
Yes.
2? Is that what turned that shit
That
around?
was game 2. No, that was game 3.
That's what turned that shit around.
Yeah. I remember watching that. I was like, wow.
Oh my
Volibear,
god.
like Volibear top. Someday you just don't get to play a game at all.
That hurt me. Watching that, I was just like, man, I could never play that lane. It's already a bitch getting poked out as a melee against a Gangplank, and then he's just like, what if I started with Sheen though?
Yeah, that
Oh my
the
god.
fact that he was able to start with Sheen, I'm just like,
Fucking ridiculous.
I was
Oh
like,
my
this top
God.
stop watching top lane. Don't ever go top lane, please. Just
All right.
it's gone.
All right. We got one more matchup to go through before we get to talk about some NA news. Damwad Gaming versus DRX, the other quick 3-0 of this week.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Deion, but the bottom two, the bracket system, both fucking matches 3-0'd.
Yeah,
Insane.
which
Absolutely
kind of hurt.
tossed my fucking pick. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I didn't put DRX
Yeah.
over Damwon. What do you think I am,
Yeah.
stupid?
Yeah, imagine.
I thought this
Yes,
would
I
be
do.
closer.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Oh, like as your thoughts is the same as mine. I thought this week a lot closer. This is just. I was not expecting 3-0 from this. It's like
why are they losing?
Like
I get it.
so
We've already
weird.
seen this series like 3 times this year. So, if you didn't think Damwon were going to win this series, you're fucking high. But like, I just don't understand how DRX peeled the fuck over this hard. Like, I even feel like Chovy didn't show up for this fucking series, and I don't know why Vel'Koz mid lane is becoming so prevalent.
Popular. So prevalent. Which is insane.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, this is just.
Matt, what'd you think? What'd you think about this series?
Yikes.
Yikes.
That 3-0. Every time I see a 3-0, I think, yikes. I mean, I think they were just like a better team. I thought it would be a little more competitive. Of course, I never call 3-0s, but like, I did think that this would be not
Yeah.
like this.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
thought
actually
they'd get
can't
one
tell
win.
what.
I thought they'd get at least one win. Like
Yeah,
it
I
just
couldn't tell
Something.
if it was just like them underperforming that did this, or like the other guys just like Damon just played out of their fucking minds, right? But
Yeah. It's just yeah. I don't know what to say about this. It just sucked. Ugh.
so they gave them Ornn for the last two games after Naguri basically manhandled him by himself on Kennen. But like
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like
Like
how do you kill over this hard? Like they should be doing so much better than this. I expect so much more from Deft to not just absolutely get just raffle stomped in his lane. Like I don't I don't understand. Why are we
yeah.
playing like this? I also don't fully agree with his Senna builds. Like game 2 he goes Manamune into Yomu's into crit, and then he doesn't
it's a
even get
really
past
weird
the
build
Yomu's.
path.
What is it?
It's a really weird build path.
Because normally you get a Black Cleaver in here, but I guess they don't have a lot of other ADs for the Black Cleaver to synergize with.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the Yomu's make sense, but I'd rather skip the Yomu's at that point.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather either
Yeah.
get Edge of Night or go on to my crit.
Mm.
So
Just-
I just question this choice. Like I feel like they're underusing Senna, and they're playing the AD Senna that I don't like. Where the AD Senna is your AD threat. Like you don't play it like this. This doesn't work. You cannot make this play. And then, like I don't get it. They switched over to having a Graves in game 3, but like now you don't have an AP threat. Like you have Vladimir, but Vladimir's just getting his shit rocked by fucking Ornn.
Orange.
Since when the fuck does that happen? What League of Legends am I watching?
The League of Legends that you always been playing. Don't you remember what I said? Orange is your assassin, your tank, your DPS. He's everything rolled up into one. And that's why everybody's afraid of him. In all of these series, which is stupid, but yeah. Like,
The sad part is that there's glimmers of hope often, and it just wasn't enough. They got a couple thousand gold lead, like into the late-ish mid game, but they were never able to hold on to it. Damwon Damwon have so much control and so much patience that this is classic Korean League of Legends. This whole series was very slow, about the vision, about the objectives. Like game 1 had like so few kills in it. In total, there are 12 kills in this game. I think that is the least amount of kills in a game at Worlds ever. Which is insane to me. Like Jesus.
12 kills. That's
I mean,
That's very low. That's
Yeah.
that's like minute 8 in one of our games.
you're not wrong, but
so bad.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it for this week's results. Let's
Have
go
you heard
on.
about this new news from NA?
some of it, yeah.
Oh.
So
Anthony, you want to intro it?
we got two pieces of news from Cloud9. News number 1 is that Reaper and Rapid Star both leaving the org. Reaper is still looking for coaching opportunities, and Rapid Star is going away to his military service. The other piece of news for Cloud9 is that Fudge is being promoted to the main roster,
Why
and
did you say it
Licorice.
like that?
It's a Key and Peele joke.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Licorice is being dropped from the roster and is looking to be traded. So let's start off by talking about the coaching staff and how Reignover being promoted to head coach is probably not going to go well, in my opinion. Now, I feel like for context, everyone needs to know that both of these people are Cloud9 fans, and this is the fun time for me. So let's go.
I think that it's okay. I think basically anyone you pick though is gonna have a hard time replacing Reaper because Reaper was for so long one of the best coaches in the league, right? And so I think that anybody stepping into this is gonna have obviously really, really big shoes to fill. And I think that basically like nearly anyone we get here, it would be like, you know, it would be a big fucking question mark, you know?
Yeah. It's gonna be like I wouldn't like I'm gonna take like coming in like the new season for League is gonna be tough. It's gonna mostly gonna be tough for Cloud9 coming in with the whole coaching staff because this is gonna be really weird. Like a whole new top laner, a whole new coach, and then it's like other staff gotta come in.
So,
Well, rap stars. Well,
I mean,
this
here's
is gonna be
here's the thing: is every season everybody comes out of it be like week 1 of the LCS starts, and everybody's here thinking, "What the fuck have Cloud9 been doing this offseason? How the fuck do they think they're gonna win games by dropping these players and getting these players, or making this coaching staff decision, or like doing this weird thing with their supports or their secondary team?" And it's just like every time they end up doing great. And this is the first year where they ended up doing really good in the first half, like better than I think they've ever performed in the LCS before, and then they absolutely shit the bed in the back half. Like they started off summer just as hot, but then the patches slowly rolled in. They slowly stopped keeping up with the meta. People started figuring Cloud9 out in the summer split. They started losing games to teams they should never have had any business losing to, and then bam, C9 gets taken out by TL and TSM.
Yeah. And that's just like
Now, they're still a good team. They finished 4th. Like, they're one spot out of going to Worlds. If NA has 4 spots like EU does, C9's going to Worlds. So, it's very hard for me to say that this year was an absolute failure for Cloud9, but by comparing this year to previous years, it is. Because they didn't make Worlds, and they didn't make it out of groups at Worlds, and that's normally what we're looking for from Cloud9. They're normally looking to try to get that quarterfinal, semifinal spot, and that's where that team likes to be. So, I think this might be the beginning of the end, sort of. I think they're going to have a depression like TSM had, and how TSM has just kind of come out of their depression, and may or may not fall back into it.
They went 06.
That's
after not going to Worlds for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly what I was thinking about too. Like this is like this right here. This is rebuilding right here for Cloud9.
It's a big change.
Yeah, like they need to like know what they need to do.
I will say, Anthony, it was funny when this news broke and I think we were in a call doing some dumb bullshit or whatever, and you were like, "LOL, they fucking kicked Sneaky to keep Licorice, and now they're fucking kicking Licorice."
Yeah.
To get fudge.
LOL fucking yo.
It's shit.
I mean, one thing that I can command Cloud9,
He's
like
laughing
one thing
all
I
the
can
way to the
command
bank.
about this is that I just love how Cloud9 is keeping up the whole thematics, licorice, fudge. What next candy are we about to have?
We gotta make a top laner named Starburst.
Oh God, please no, please
That's it. I'm gonna search the ladder for every player who has a candy name, and we're gonna make a fucking team, and we're gonna go to the LCS.
He actually didn't tweet about it.
Licorice?
Sneaky.
I mean, if I'm Sneaky, I ain't saying fuck all.
He talked a lot of shit during the fucking regular season.
I mean, that's for the cameras. This is he's looking to get in the LCS next split. He's got a
That's fair.
and there's no fuck. I'm gonna be honest. C9 better not pick up Sneaky. That has to be the dumbest choice they could possibly fucking make.
I mean, Sven didn't do bad.
That's why I'm saying don't pick him up.
Yeah. It's not Sneaky's time to come back yet. It really is.
Not to C9, but maybe to like the league.
Maybe to
like
another
to the league,
another team.
Yeah, another org. Yeah,
maybe that might be the next part of this NA discussion, but we'll talk about that in like 5 minutes. I don't know what else is happening to this roster. I think this is going to be between the C9 and TL's roster moves. This offseason is going to be fire. I cannot wait for what is it, November 19th or 21st or something. That week, that's gonna be a fucking that's gonna be a fun week.
Yes.
I think we might try to do a special episode for the roster swap week. We'll see what happens. My God, so much. It's always so fun to just kind of watch all the crazy ass rumors that come out. The fucking massive deal with Vulcan that has just laid a fucking egg this year.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was so good.
Wait, the what?
They bought out Vulcan for like $1.5 million. Then
Wait, who?
C9. C9 bought out Vulcan from Clutch. And then they moved 3 players from their academy roster, and one of those 3 is Svenskeren, to EG to make up the cost.
Bigger stuff. Yeah.
And it's the most convoluted play ever that only needs to happen in esports because we don't have big coffers like all these other teams do in traditional sports. Who will just like make the move and then just pay it out and then make the money back instead of having to.
A lot of teams that aren't like super rich do this shit all the time in regular sports.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, this is the richest team in the fucking league, or second richest team in the fucking league.
But a lot of like shittier teams who don't have a lot of money are like will frequently like make trades or something like that.
Trades
with
with money
buy and then just fucking dump somebody.
But the other thing is that this locked up every single roster in the league. Because, like, 8 teams were gunning for Vulcan, and they all had to wait for that deal to resolve, and anybody who's gunning for Svenskeren or Kumo or Zazel had to also wait for this deal to resolve.
Mm-hmm.
So it locked up everybody's roster except for TL and TSM.
That's so funny, though.
Yeah, that is actually just...
That's a big fucking meme right there.
It is.
All right, on to the next little bit of NA news before we go talk about our predictions for next week. It is rumored that TSM are going to be benching their bot lane next year.
How do you think Double Lift is going to respond to that?
Yeah, that's... I mean, I shit on Double Lift a lot and all, but that's pretty big.
It is. It is quite big. So
benching Double, that's
pretty cringe.
So I am not completely against this move.
Oh boy.
I know.
When this comes from the mouth of a TSM fan, you know shit's serious.
Hey, look, when TSM picked up Double Lift in the offseason, I was the first one to say, Jesus motherfucking Christ, not a fucking again. But fine, we have Double Lift Biofrost back. I'll live with it.
Yeah.
How'd that pan out?
We won the split. Fuck you. How'd 4th place taste?
I mean, shit.
It tastes better than 06 TV?
6. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That does sound pretty nice.
Dodging in 06? Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Missing with that. Yep.
All right.
That's going on your legacy.
Just like finishing 4th and not making Worlds and dropping your entire coaching staff.
Yeah, because you've never finished 4th and missed Worlds.
You're right. We haven't. We finished much lower in missed Worlds.
That's fair. Hey, fair play, buddy.
No, actually, both times they missed Worlds, they were out by 1 spot.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah. They made it to the end of the gauntlet, lost to Cloud9, and they made it to the end of the gauntlet and lost to Clutch. And in that case, I was like, you know what? I'd rather not go and be Clutch right now. And this time I got to go and be TL from that 1 year, and TSM from those other years, except much less.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm just not feeling Double Lift. Here's my other problem is that if Double Lift goes to another team, he's gonna be a big asset to that team, and it makes the league a lot more competitive. But I don't know who we get that's better than Double Lift. Like, unless we pick up Sneaky, I do not think there's an option out there. Maybe FBI. Maybe we can get FBI. Is FBI's contract up?
I don't think that is actually.
Oops.
I have no clue.
I just typed FNI into the wiki.
Nice.
That's not how you spell that.
You're right. It is not. Oof. Like his contract is still in effect until next year. So yeah. I just don't know. I'd be okay if they benched them, but I just don't know what our options are. So that's why I technically wouldn't advise this move. All right, on to our picks for next week. Get that up on screen. Boom. Before we jump into this, Deion, you're not on my charts. What's your picks for this week's games?
Just defend
For-
Haymont's awful pick.
Just defend Haymant. They're the same as your picks.
Yeah.
So for these picks,
You don't gotta give
Yeah,
me
I'm not
a score if you don't want to. Just
no, no, no,
Who's
no.
gonna
I'm
win?
not gonna lie. I'm feeling. Okay, so the first pick for top esports and Sunny, I agree with Haymon actually. It might be one hell of a game, but I feel as if top esports might win it. And Dan one game was G2. I'm putting Dan one on 3-1 because
All right. So you just stole my picks. Thanks.
yeah, I didn't look at your picks at the first time. I was just like, no. G2, as I said before, they're 50-50.
They're 50-50. God, this is the other side of the coin. I got it. All right, let's start off with Sunning versus TES. Honestly, I think this game has. I think both these series have a huge potential to just be 3-0 stomps and just make everybody sad to watch. But I'm expecting this to be a lot, like pretty close. Sunning looked like they have a pretty good shot at this, and TES looked like they showed some weaknesses against Fnatic. So, I'm hoping that Sunning is smart enough to learn from how Fnatic won those games, and kind of try to repeat that against TES. But at the same time, I don't think TES is gonna not look at those losses and try to figure out what the hell was going wrong. So I definitely think TES are going to win this series. I think the 2 wins are just. I'm giving Sunning those 2 wins just because of how good they played against JD Gaming when I expected them not to really win that series.
Mm-hmm.
What's y'all's opinions?
I mean, after what I said with Sunning, what they did, and what happened with Top Esports going to do it for a sweep. I mean, Top Esports, I still favor them to win, but it's like still seeing them lose the first 2 games like that against Fnatic. That doesn't bring any good faith for me. That's
Yeah.
very.
That doesn't make you
iffy.
feel good?
No, it does not make you feel good that Top Esports could just like 3-0 them.
I was expecting to
off
have
of
a
it.
guarantee that G2 wouldn't win Worlds this year. Now that guarantee is
Yeah.
less guaranteed.
Yeah, that too. The 50-50 can. It's actually really powerful. It's like playing D&D against. It's like playing D&D against G2. It's like
Hey, you
you think
only
that, like,
need a nat 20.
yeah, except they did it three times against like they did it 3 times in the last. That doesn't make sense. So yeah, but I have confidence that Damwon Gaming shuts that shit down. Play play their version of the game, which would be the Korean version of the game. Slow that shit down. Play slow vision, and stop whatever the hell G2 was doing with that silence and shit. Because that should not happen. Ever.
Hey, this is just me hoping that Group A isn't actually the group of death.
Oh wow, that.
Because if Sunning and G2 go to the final, I'm going to have to sit there and endure the TO is in the group of death for the next fucking year. And I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean that there's further your team being like, why can't TSM win a game? Yeah, that would. Yeah, that would stink. So hopefully G2 doesn't win, and hopefully it's a 3-1. So yeah.
Okay. Matt, how's you feeling about Sunning versus TES?
Well, you see it. I probably would have made it a 3-1 if they didn't get 3-2. If they didn't 3-2 Fnatic. I still think they're pretty good. I still think they're better, and I think that really when they were losing, I couldn't tell how much of it was them losing to themselves, right? So I'm sort of hopeful that on their end that they can turn that around. If they play well, I think it'll be a pretty crisp series. But like Deion said, watching him go 3-2 to Fnatic is yikes, and shook the confidence a little bit, you know.
All right. Let's talk about a little bit G2 versus Damwon. Uh, I'm calling this one 3-1. I think Damwon is so many miles ahead of them that it's not even realistically close. Uh, I question like Deion's been saying, I question G2's consistency and their ability to win games. So if G2, I think if G2 win, it's gonna be like really close. It's gonna be really tight, and it'll probably go to 5 games. But if Damwon wins, I think it's going to be really low, and I'm giving G2 this one just because I want to score a little higher up if they end up pulling it out to 5 games and winning a little. This is me hedging my bets, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you're doing what I always do.
Yes. All right. What's you guys' thoughts on Damwon versus G2?
Well, as I said before, 250. Damn Gaming, slow it down. Make sure you stop all the shenanigans from G2. Play their style of their player of game, their style of gaming, and you shouldn't win. Really, it simple enough as that.
All right. Matt, what you feeling
What do you mean? What am I feeling?
about Damwon versus G2?
Dude, fucking 50-50 machine hours, bro. I picked this one literally like 30 seconds before we started the show because I knew in my heart it was probably going to be a 3-2. Because I cannot tell, man. I picked Damwon because I think they have an edge because they're not as inconsistent, I guess, as G2. But like, holy shit! As far as I'm concerned, this game could go 3-0 either direction or 3-2 either direction, right? Like, there's so many variables here that my tiny brain just cannot account for.
Yep. This is definitely probably more contentious in a lot of different ways from the way Sunning versus TES is going to be contentious. Like, I think Sunning versus TES is going to be like a boxing match where they keep going at each other for 40 rounds. But Damwon versus G2 it's gotta be looking pretty one-sided a lot of the time for one of these teams to win. Because I feel like they play with G2 likes to eke out wins, and I don't think they're gonna eke out wins against Damwon. So Damwon's gonna win by control, and it's gonna look dominating. That's how that's my feelings on this. I think we're out of topics unless I check the subreddit and something interesting is happening.
Yeah, check the subreddit real quick because we are really good, Dion. I don't know if you know this, Dion. We're really good at making this show happen during times where news breaks.
Yeah, we'll end the show, and a half hour later, I'll be like, so this happened like 5 minutes before we went live. Does not look like...
Just, what's on the subreddit? Anything important?
Rider removing Oracle elixirs from ARM. That's about it.
How dare they? Teemo OP. Well, if there's nothing else to talk about, then I guess I have one question, Anthony. Do you want to take us home?
Yeah, I think that'll do it for... What? Wait. You got something?
There might be one more thing. I mean, did you hear about the news of how
the one?
They're supposed to, like, no, not that one. But for the finals, actually, that they're gonna
they have an audience.
Yeah, they're gonna have an audience. Finals.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I've known about that for a couple of weeks. It just doesn't really seem like anything to talk about.
I mean, full legitimate audience of 6,000.
6,000 people. I mean, they're in China. They're not here.
Yeah,
that's China's problem. All right, Matt. Matt, I'm out of topics.
You want to take us home, brother?
Yeah, I think I'll do it for this week on Legendary Leland's podcast. You can catch us live hopefully next Monday at 8 on
Should be.
twitch.tv/Nizzy2K11. You can catch the pods on the YouTube channel Legendary Podcast. You can catch the audio version wherever the fuck you get podcasts. If you can't find it, message me and I'll check. Other than that, have a nice day. Oh, join our pick'ems. Links in the description or exclamation mark pick'ems in my Twitch chat.